night. Really quite impressive, but it's just too intense when it's at my expense. You tend to get excessive, anything for a laugh. Set your better half and you'll be taking it back. You're gonna be taking it back tomorrow when you're flat on your back. You're gonna be taking it back. Take it.
You're listening to the singer-songwriter Jonah Koslan, right here in the Jam Den. Recorded live at Commercial Recording Studios in Cleveland, Ohio, the weekly podcast spotlighting the best in live local musical talent. My name is Chris Mazzalesta, and I'm your host. I'm glad to be back with you on this second edition of the Jam Den. Come on in, sit down. We're going to listen to some live music. Rich Maurer is helping us out on percussion. And once again, let's welcome Jonah Koslan to the Jam Den.
Yes, you'll be taking it back. Take it.
Taking it back, very appropriately. Welcome to the Jam Den.
It's a pleasure to be here, and I have to say this den is very jammed too.
It's jammed.
And I like that.
It's all three of us. Are your shoes off?
My shoes are off, and in fact, I'm in the jacuzzi right now, and it's nice and warm.
That's a good place to be.
And my guitar's getting a little wet, so the sound might be a little damp. But it shouldn't be any problem. It shouldn't take away from the sounds of the island music.
Island music in the depths of the Midwest. What do we have going on here?
Yeah, can you believe that? Well, it's there's a whole culture of island music. I mean, legitimate island music, because there's islands up in Lake Erie. They call them the Lake Erie Islands.
So people, when they hear island music, they'll think of another gentleman who plays acoustic guitar, but is not from this area. They would think of warmer climes.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Caribbean and whatnot, but this is really of its own. What do we have going on with that?
We've got, because of Put-in Bay, and we've got Middle Bass Island and St. Hazard's up in Middle Bass Island, and all the other islands up there in Lake Erie during the summer months, which are, of course, very warm and humid. They're almost tropical for about 6 weeks. Yeah. You have a culture, an island culture that exists, and it comes off of a lot of people on boats. We were talking before, you have boats, you have drinking boats.
And they collide.
And then the boats collide, and everybody has a party up there somewhere out on Lake Erie, jumping from boat to boat, drinking, jumping. So,
and, singing, I would imagine.
Singing. And Pat Daly, of course, is a real good example of the Midwest, actually the North Midwest island music. And
well-known artist.
Yeah, Alex Bevan, of course, Scott Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Allen and I do a duo sometimes called Toucan Jam, and then I do my thing, the one-man island band. This whole island sound, and it's great. Jimmy Buffett has, in a sense, has created a whole industry of people who can do this style of music that people immediately connect with, fans and listeners connect with, and it takes them to Jamaica in their minds.
Yes.
They can be sitting up here in the Midwest, look out the window, see nothing but snow and ice, close their eyes, listen to the music, and be transported to tropical.
It's very evocative music, no matter where it's coming from geographically.
Yeah, and so it just brings a party with it, and people love that, and I love doing it.
And that's what you're doing these days. You have a website?
I do, yes. OneManIslandBand.com, and also JonahKoslan.com. You can get to one or the other from either place.
Absolutely. Surf on over, folks, OneManIslandBand.com or JonahKoslan.com, and check out the island sounds and lots of other good things going on. Why don't we hear another tune?
All right, I'm going to do a new tune, and guess what? It's an island tune.
Island tune.
Yes.
Seven sailors on a salty sea. Seven virgins got nothing on me. You can be who you want to be. Put them on and they will set you free. rubber up against my toe. Another piece in between my toes. Where they come from, no one knows. It just gets me where I wants to go. And I got me flip-flops on. I got me flip-flops on. Bopping down the boardwalk, I got me flip-flops on. Take a vacation on a sandy beach. Bottle of rum just beyond my reach. Sunny Sunday and a balmy breeze. Suntan lotion on my sunburned knees. Maybe Huaraches are what you got. Maybe sandals, maybe not. Some prefer them to Birkenstock. Me, I'm happy with me old flip-flop. And I got me flip-flops on. I got me flip-flops on. Bopping down the boardwalk, I got me flip-flops on. And I got me flip-flops on. I got me flip-flops on. Bopping down the boardwalk, I got me flip-flops on. This is how we do it. Me and Jimmy and the parrot heads. Me and Jerry and the Grateful Deads. Island music and the reggae dreads. Put them on and you will be a hit. And I got me flip-flops on. I got me flip-flops on. Bopping down the boardwalk, I got me flip-flops on. And I got me flip-flops on. I got me flip-flops on. Bopping down the boardwalk, I got me flip-flops on. And I got me flip-flops on. And I got me flip-flops on. Bopping down the boardwalk, I got me flip-flops on. Bopping down the boardwalk, I got me flip-flops on. Bopping down the boardwalk, I got me flip-flops on. This is how we do it.
Flip-flop and music.
Yeah, the flip-flop song, man.
Flip-flop
Yeah,
song.
man. Yeah,
Jonah Koslan here in the Jam Den, here on jamden.com.
In the Jam Den jacuzzi.
In the Jam Den.
We're all sitting around in the jacuzzi, and the temperature's perfect, you know.
Absolutely.
Bottle of rum just beyond my reach. A little early, or maybe a little late.
Rum, coffee. What's the difference? Jonah's hanging out with us. Rich Maurer is hanging out with us, providing some percussion. Good morning, Rich.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. How long have you been involved in music here in Northeast Ohio, Jonah?
Let's see. I guess it would be about 30 years, 35 years.
That's a good, solid grounding here in this area. So you know the area. You're familiar.
Quite well. Yeah, I know it sort of inside and out. And, I think people around here are familiar with the things I've done, the material and stuff. I'm always running into people that are, it's great. I'll run into people that will come up and tell me how much they've enjoyed my songs through the years. There's one fellow who's a pharmacist who just said, man, I got to tell you, if it wasn't for you, I would have never gotten through pharmacy school.
I was going to say, you do indeed have quite a storied history here in this particular area, one of the largest and best known and most beloved bands ever to come out of this area and perform for the people of this area, the Michael Stanley Band, of which you were an integral part. Can you tell us a little bit about your involvement with MSB?
Sure. I was the original member, actually. Right when Michael was first starting the band, I was the first person to join the band.
Oh, what about your involvement with MSB? What was your...
Well, I was a lead guitar player, and I was the other primary songwriter with Michael. We kind of split the responsibilities for that, even though we didn't really write much together. He was very generous with that. Even it was the Michael Stanley Band, but he was always very encouraging to, with his partners to include their material. Mm-hmm. And so I had several songs that people were familiar with as classic Michael Stanley songs that I wrote, like Nothing's Gonna Change My Mind and Strike Up the Band and Waste a Little Time on Me and Lady's Choice. And those are my compositions. And God bless you, Michael.
And have you worked with him recently?
I'm actually going to be working with him next week, yeah.
Fantastic. So the relationship goes
the musical
on.
friendship.
Musical relationship goes on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm, it does.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It is all about the music, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But it's also about friends. Really,
for sure.
And with there's a lot of history there. We're going back many years now, and almost all the people that were involved still keep in touch, still work together in different projects. And whenever there's an MSB show, a Michael Stanley and the Resonators show, then everyone's showing up to hang out and socialize and catch up, and it's really quite a thing.
What else would you like to play for us today?
Well, let's do a Michael Stanley song, one of the tunes that I wrote for the Michael Stanley Band, and it was on the Stage Pass album. 2, 3, 4.
No, you don't know me well. I wonder if you can tell just how good you look to me. I don't know the words to say, they come out so awkwardly, but I have to speak my mind. Wouldn't you like to stay tonight? Waste a little time on me. We can pretend that we're old friends. Wouldn't be so hard to believe. And wouldn't you like waste a little time on me? I can't ask to be the first, I won't ask to be the last. We're both old enough to know we can leave it all at this. Well, there's so much that we might miss. We'll never miss being alone. Would you like to stay tonight? Waste a little time on me. We can pretend that we're old friends. Wouldn't be so hard to believe. And wouldn't you like waste a little time on me? Maybe you'll choose to pass, but it can't hurt to ask. Maybe you'll say yes. you like to stay tonight? Waste a little time on me. We can pretend that we're old friends. It wouldn't be so hard to believe. And wouldn't you like waste a little time on me? And wouldn't you like to waste a little time on me? Oh, baby, oh, darling, na, 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 na.
Waste a little time on me. Michael
Yeah,
Stanley Band tune. Written by our guest here in the Jam Den, Jonah Koslan. With us here in the jacuzzi. It's a very quiet jacuzzi.
Yeah, let's get a little.
I was saying, I don't hear those air jets going.
There. Okay, I just had to move the
That's
microphone
our
down.
atmosphere. That's our atmosphere.
Need a little hotter in here. We've been sitting in here for so long now; it doesn't really feel that hot anymore.
I know,
it's only 106 degrees.
Turn up the temperature. Okay, so you've been involved with MSB, and you've done a lot of other things, of course, in the music industry.
Oh yeah, through the years, many things, and I moved out to Los Angeles, and did some bunch of music for B movies, and that was fun. I worked with a rock legend that many people have unfortunately forgotten. It's Bonnie Bramlett from Delaney and Bonnie. Did several years with her doing this wonderful, growly, raw blues music. But before all that, after the Michael Stanley Band, I started my own band, Breathless, while still in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. And we did a couple albums here, and we still play out once in a while, once or twice a year.
Again, keeping that theme of musical friendships and relationships going.
Mm-hmm. Musical friendship that just goes on and on and on. Yeah. It goes so far back, I tell you, this rocking chair is really starting to hurt my butt.
Oh, my gosh. You going to do a Breathless?
Yeah, let's do a
tune?
Breathless song. Yeah, the first song we did too, that was Breathless, Taking It Back. That was
Okay.
also, and this is another one of my favorites from the Breathless era.
Hit a good love and goes a long, long way. That's what they tell me, but it's kinda hard to say. 'Cause nobody takes the time, too much trouble these days. They say can't afford the chicken, and they can't afford to stay. So they'll walk right in, walk right out of my life. Yes, they'll walk right in, walk right out of my life. Caught up with love about a month ago or so. She couldn't believe I made my move so slow. She said, let me get into your pants. She said, let me get into your bed. I said, I thought that first I might just get into your head. And then she'll walk right in, walk right out of my life. Yeah, she'll walk right in, walk right out of my life. And she kept on walking. She loved her career. I tried to tell her, but she didn't want to hear. She said, baby, fall off of a cliff or fall out of a tree. But next time you fall in love, just don't fall on me. And then she walked right in, walked right out of my life. Yes, she walked right in, walk right out of my life. Yeah, she'll walk right in. She kept walking, walk right out. Keep on walking, walk right in. She kept walking, walk right out. Yeah, I walk right walking, walk right out. Keep on walking, walk right in. You keep walking, walk right out. Keep walking. Listen, lady, put on your shoes, put on your coat, and don't let that door hit you in the ass.
Music from the band Breathless, Jonah Koslan project. Kind of takes it out of you a little bit,
Well,
I guess.
it's very emotional, you know. Don't put on your shoes, put on your jacket, and don't let the door hit you in the ass. You know?
Yes.
Kind of says it all, doesn't it?
Very direct message.
Did you hear that? It's for you, baby.
Okay, there you go. Was all of Breathless's music that direct?
It was actually, but it's also very pop. It's very pop.
Okay.
But, the first Breathless album was very upbeat, and the second was very downbeat.
So you covered all ends?
We went to the whole spectrum there. Yep.
You going to be up in the islands a lot this coming summer?
This coming summer, I'll be up there, and always love doing the islands. Especially one of my favorites is Middle Bass Island, St. Hazards. That's really a blast. Great place.
That's a total party atmosphere.
Total
up there.
party. It's very islandy too. The whole place is set up like you're in Jamaica, you know, with the tin roofs and bright colors and tiki bars. It's just a complete relaxing blast.
It's kind of strange when it's about as far as you can be from
Right.
the actual islands themselves, Caribbean islands. We've got our own version and do it our own way up here in the north.
Yes, indeed. And it's if you haven't been there, folks, I recommend it. You know,
Yeah, well worth a visit.
it is totally.
We'll have to find out if what happens in the islands stays in the islands.
It does
Or not. Does
it
it?
does. Everybody knows that about Put-in Bay.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. What happens in Put-in Bay stays in Put-in Bay.
Oh, my gosh. Well, again, it's onemanaislandband.com.
Yes, it is.
And also Jonah Koslan, Jonah Koslen
Yes.
.com for those of you who are already sitting at your keyboards. Here in the Jam Den, we're going to hear one more, but we want to thank everybody here. We want to thank Jonah for coming in, sitting, and dipping the toes in to
And
the
I
Jam
got to
Den
tell
jacuzzi.
you guys really have this place laid out. The idea of doing it in a jacuzzi, brilliant.
Fantastic.
Brilliant,
And certainly want to thank Commercial Recording Studios here in Cleveland, Ohio, commercialrecording.com. My name is Chris Mazzalesta. Very happy to be here as your host for the Jam Den, spotlighting the best in live music. You can get information on how to receive these podcasts, download them to your iTunes or your other player. Go to jamden.com/podcast. And keep tuning back every once in a while. We'll be adding new performances, live, spontaneous performances from right here in the Jam Den. We're going to throw it back to Jonah Koslan, to take us on out here as we kind of pack things up here in the Jam Den. Once again, I'm Chris Mazzalesta. Tune back soon, and we'll see you back here in the Jam Den. Bye-bye for now.
It's a weekend. It's another Saturday night. I could waste my life away, but that don't seem right. Can I have a good time while I have a hard time too? And good old days are gone for good. Just one thing to do. This is it. Whoa, strike up the band one time. Whoa, strike up the band one time. Whoa, strike up the band one time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. On the corner, everybody living in the streets. $5, nickels, slugs ain't heat sweet. Standing in the bread line, everybody's joking with the jocks they see. Sunday might just never come. Pull out all the stops like this. Oh, strike up the band one time. Whoa, 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 whoa. Strike up the band one time. Whoa, strike up the band one time. Whoa, strike up the band one time. Whoa, strike up the band one time. Strike up the band one time. Strike up the band one time. Ah, yeah, yeah. Strike up the band one time. Strike up the band one time. Strike it up, strike it up. 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 Strike it up, strike it up.